Next is pricing. Obviously, a lot of people want to know how is it that you're going to price for the services that you're offering. Now, admittedly, earlier I addressed what it is you should be earning per client, but how do you actually calculate the fee to charge them and actually get paid what you're worth? So I'm going to talk about pricing and give you a little bit of information that you can use to pick which is the most effective or perhaps the most comfortable for you to use. The first thing is hourly. It's very common, very comfortable, but it's definitely one that you should be familiar with. Why? Because there are going to be situations where it's back work or project or maybe training oriented that's just going to be short and sweet. Maybe it's unclear as to the duration, and you need to figure out an hourly rate that you can fairly quote or you can comfortably quote and get paid for. Now, the easiest formula to use for hourly pay is simply charging 2.5 times what it is you would do if you were to do that job as a W-2 employee. Now, the easiest way to explain it is this. If you knew that position was being paid, say, $20 an hour because of what it would fill through, let's say, Robert Half's salary guide, excellent. What we're going to do then is just take that $20 an hour and times it by 2.5, and we're making $50 an hour. Now, the reason for this is because you as the business owner, you're actually incurring the overhead, such as the employee tax, the workman's comp. You're dealing with the benefits that are needing to be paid. You're all of a sudden responsible for the computer, the desk, the chair associated with doing the work. You had to pay for the marketing to acquire the client. All of those things are what are being covered by that fee of 2.5 times. Now, I do have individuals that ask, well, can it be more? Well, of course it can be more. This is your business. But as a rule, it's typically 2.5 times what the going rate is for that position for the role you're trying to actually fill. Now, understanding the hourly rate, there are 4 others that you can actually consider. You've got hourly. On top of that comes next flat rate. Flat rate is simply just looking at the services you're going to offer, considering the number of transactions that are going on in the business, and using a formula, calculate what they're going to actually pay you on a monthly basis for the services you're providing. The next is then what's called menu pricing. I love menu pricing. It comes up all the time. Menu pricing is essentially looking at your services and bundling them into 3 distinct packages. What you're typically doing is taking the middle package and making it be the most appealing and the most obvious that most customers choose to use. They pay you for that package. So for example, you can say that option C is just bookkeeping services. Option B is bookkeeping and tax services. And then option A is bookkeeping, tax, and advisory services. The bookkeeping services is incomplete without the tax, and so most business owners will say, well, I mean, it's great, I've got the bookkeeping, but I'm still always going to have to pay taxes, so I'm going to go for option B. Option B is where most people will lie, but option C, or let's say A in this case, option A with the CFO and advisory services becomes a little bit more appealing for those that need your involvement as that CFO and advisor. All of a sudden you get maybe 10-20% of the people that are paying you at the level of the package A with the advisory services. You get maybe as many as 70-80% of the clients paying you for the bookkeeping and tax services, and then you just have a handful of people that are perhaps just paying you for the bookkeeping. That's a perfect menu option that you can provide and offer as a service for a specific fee for each of those. This is excellent. Now, the next one happens to be revenue-based. Revenue basically says you're determining what your fee is for your clients based on how much top-line revenue the client is actually generating. It's a good indicator of the number of transactions that's going to exist in a business. You can say there's thresholds. Businesses that make under $500,000 in revenue are this fee. People that make between $500,000 and $3 million are this fee. It doesn't matter. These are your thresholds. You get to pick, and all of a sudden you've got your pricing at a revenue-based level. The last happens to be value-based. The value-based pricing literally is going in and assessing what impact your services will have in value to the client. And after identifying what that worth is, the savings or the earnings that will come from your work, you're asking for a percent or a dollar amount associated with that. It's very common. You'll remember I shared with you at the very beginning the story of Alf Bostrom as the turnaround king. Literally, he's going in and saying, I'm not going to get paid for the services I'm providing until I'm profitable, that I'm making the company money. And once we turn the business around, give me 50% of what's actually earned. Well, 50% of nothing, happy to do all day long. 50% of $1,000, I'll give you $500. 50% of $10,000, I'll give you $5,000. all of a sudden the business owner is happy to give you equity in the business and you're getting some value. That is one example of value-based pricing. Now, all of those, you get to pick which one best suits your need that you feel comfortable explaining to your potential clients. Now, in this process, I would encourage you to identify perhaps 2 that you choose to use when running your company. No more than 3 of those. That way it keeps it simple. You know what all of your services are, what you're charging your clients, and then you're basically going to go into when they pay you. Other than the value-based pricing, one of the things you need to consider with the when option is generally 3 things. It's either 1, you're getting paid before the work is done. As you're receiving all the information each and every month, you get paid as you're receiving it to actually do the work. Therefore, if they don't pay, you don't do. The second option is you get paid when you complete the work, when the financials are finished and you're delivering those, when you are filing the tax return, you're paid for that. And upon completion, you actually get paid. The one thing I can definitely tell you about both of those is you can sometimes run into situations where the business owner, in order to avoid paying you, kind of just disses you, ghosts you, in the sense that they're not giving you the work, therefore out of nowhere you don't have the work to do, or they don't meet with you to get the financials for you to be able to close the books, ultimately meeting with them. Therefore, because they're prolonging meeting with you, you're being put off getting paid. So the ideal generally is just to have a recurring billing that you're doing with an established client for a specific amount. And that's done on a particular day during every month. It's just a card you have on file for the business and you charge it on the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, whatever you've predetermined. And in doing so, regardless of whether they've given you the work or regardless of whether or not it's finished, you're getting paid each and every month for the services that you're providing. Now, those things obviously address the pricing. And with that, you're able to now go in clearly understanding what it is you do for your client, how you're getting paid, and because of the turnkey business model, what you earlier identified is how many of these paying clients you need to meet your financial goal. Thanks for getting this far along in this training program. Why? Because it's truly about you. My hope with this is to actually give you the confidence and competence for you to go out there and build the premier accounting firm in your area. The intent of this is to help you realize that there is in fact a turnkey process for you to get the clients you deserve, offering the quality services that you can to get paid what you're worth, helping them as business owners run their businesses more effectively and profitably. Now, in this entire process, one of the things that I'd like to clearly emphasize is that this has been developed and proven over decades of time, working with many accounting firms. In fact, thousands of individuals starting and building their accounting businesses. Like them, I'd like to invite you to actually get the support you need. We have a saying, it's basically this: you can be in business for yourself, but not by yourself with Universal Accounting Center. So I invite you to fill out the calendar right now and schedule a time to speak with my team, to share with us your experience, your background, your goals, what it is you're trying to accomplish, so that we can actually share with you best practices and, most importantly, point you in the right direction. We have a variety of programs specifically designed to give you the training, the certifications, the coaching and the support you need to confidently go forward and offer these services. It's the confidence to actually look a business owner in the eye as an accountrepreneur, as a peer, and let them know that you can take care of their accounting needs. It's the competence to then go back and actually do the work efficiently and effectively so you can profitably offer these services. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out when working with Universal Accounting is that all of our programs come with the quality of support that I hope you would expect. Why? Because first you're assigned to what's called an orientation counselor. It's a specific individual that you're going to be assigned to work with for the next 12, 18 to 24 months. This is a period of time that you've got this one individual at your call to basically help you with any questions you have through the enrollment process. The second individual that you're working with is an academic advisor. This particular person is meant to help you actually learn and understand the principles so that you can apply them in your business. They're literally helping you as a tutor understand the concepts that you need to actually implement in your company. The third individual is a business coach. This particular person is someone that is in real life doing exactly what you're trying to do now. They are someone that with experience can give you their tried and proven techniques, their experience that you can lean on as a mentor and get the support you're needing. All of these individuals are there to assist and help you. You can also get access to other people, such as a life coach, that's meant to help you deal with some of the struggles you may personally face as you're rolling into this new experience, this new chapter in your life. All of these are available through Universal Accounting Center's programs to ensure your success. Why? Because if it's about accounting, it is universal. So take the time right now to quickly fill out the calendar schedule right now to find a time that's convenient for you, for us to talk, find out what you're trying to accomplish and how we may be able to assist you. And with that, understand this: accounting success is universal. Take care and have a great day. We look forward to speaking with you soon.